shine.
In today's video, we are back on the M6 and we're just approaching junction 34. Having been at Lancaster Services in the last video looking at the Pennine Tower, as you can see here, we are now on our way to visit the town of Morecambe. Alright then, Morecambe. You've just got to love the English language. One of the selling points from the Pennine Tower at Frontierland Services was fantastic views across Morecambe Bay. Sadly, those lovely views across Morecambe Bay are one of the only things that's left to go to Morecambe for. But once upon a time it was an exciting place to go, especially as a child. And of course one half of one of Britain's most loved comedy duos was from Morecambe. So even though we haven't got a massive lot of things to look at, I'm going to do my damnedest and fill the video up to 8 minutes and still entertain you at the same time. Whilst here in 2025 there might not be too much to see in Morecambe, there certainly was enough to talk about in recent years gone by. And just in case you're wondering why we're powering past the junction that we actually need to come off of Morecambe, all will become clear in a short minute. So let's discuss it. One no trucker's eye.
He's not going to sell much ice cream going at that speed, is he?
As you saw in the intro, in the truck we were actually passing the junction that we would need to come off if we were heading to Morecambe or Heysham. These days I very seldom visit either Heysham or Morecambe in the truck, but as you see on the screen, I've changed into the car just for this visit. Getting to the docks at Heysham became a lot easier in 2016 with the opening of the Bay Gateway Heysham to M6 Link Road. It was opened in 2016 at a cost of £140 million, and the road link had been touted for as long as 70 years prior to this. The Bay Gateway Road served as a much needed bypass to Lancaster. Prior to the gateway being built, trucks heading to and from Heysham Port would have to go through Lancaster, and it was these trucks that were causing all of the problems. Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
This road is going to take a lot of the HGV traffic that's going to Heysham Port outside of Lancaster City Centre. Having it going down the Bay Gateway will make our city centre a more pleasant place to be and improve the air quality.
Hang on a minute, what did she just say?
Improve the air quality, improve the air quality, improve the air quality.
These people really make me laugh, especially when there's not one, but two nuclear power stations at the end of the road. But just to finish off with the Bay Gateway Road, and before we head up to Morecambe, we're going to take a look at one of the great mysteries of the Bay Road itself. And that mystery comes in the form of a roundabout bypass lane. As you can see on the left, the bypass lane is closed off, and as far as I'm aware, it has never been open. Over on the Sabre Roads website, plenty of drivers have expressed their opinions as to why it might have been closed. I'll let you pause and read those, but I have my own theory. As you can see on the screen, this is a roundabout on the A417 near to Gloucester, and as you can see it has its own free flow roundabout bypass lane. Using Google Maps you can clearly see that it was built a lot better than the Bay Gateway Road, and the free flowing roundabout bypass lane continues in its own lane as the traffic from the roundabout would rejoin. Back on the Bay Gateway Road, you'll notice that the free flowing roundabout bypass is anything but free flowing, as any traffic that would use that bypass lane would have to rejoin the main carriageway and merge with the traffic coming off the roundabout. So is that the reason why the roundabout bypass has never been in use? So leaving Heysham and heading up towards Morecambe, we're going to be taking the A589. In the centre of your screen, you can see the two nuclear power plants at Heysham. We are now in Morecambe, and as the camera pans round, you'll see the picturesque views of Morecambe Bay. The same views that you would have seen from the Pennine Tower and Lancaster Services. Morecambe Bay is renowned for its fishing, and although fishing stocks have been dwindling for many years, Morecambe is still the place to fish bass, plaice, mackerel, cockles, and this.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
That's right, shrimp. In fact, Morecambe has such an association with shrimp that even the local football team is known as the Shrimps. Sadly, At the time of making this video, Morecambe Town Football Club are in danger of going out of existence.
Okay, breaking news from Morecambe now, and they have been suspended from the National League with immediate effect.
Hopefully by the time you're watching this video, a resolution will have been found and saved Morecambe from going out of existence. But sadly, things going out of existence and Morecambe seem to go hand in hand, as back in 1999, one of Morecambe's most famous attractions closed its doors for the last time.
Frontierland, spectacular rides, fabulous life.
Morecambe's famous amusement park Frontierland had closed its doors on the 7th of November 1999 after existing for 93 years. The owners of the park had blamed the dwindling numbers of visitors for the many previous years. By taking a look at Google Maps, you can see exactly where the amusement park stood, and also where the 3 units have been built on a section of it. Down at ground level on Google Maps, you can still see the fences that fence off the site from the main road. And going back through time using Google Maps, you can see the pub, which has now also been sadly demolished. And using Google Maps to go back even further than that, you even get to see the shopping stalls that were there when it was an amusement park. Sadly, here we are 26 years later, with a patch of grass and some fencing to remind us all of a great amusement park from our childhood. But of course there are still photographs around to remind us of how much of a good time we had as kids at Frontierland in Morecambe. Of course, no trip to Morecambe would be complete without a visit to the statue of Eric Morecambe. Eric's real name was John Eric Bartholomew, and he was born on the 14th of May 1926 and died on the 28th of May 1984. And he is of course one half of the great British comedy duo Morecambe and Wise. John Eric Bartholomew changing his stage name to Eric Morecambe after the place of his birth, after being told by another comedian that his real surname of Bartholomew just wouldn't look good on billboards. And as they say, the rest is history. Once again, it's time for us to get back in the truck and get back on the road. Who knows where we're going to be heading for the next video? Just before we end the video, I know a lot of people will say I never mentioned Tyson Fury in this Morecambe video, but he only actually lives in Morecambe, having been born in Manchester. But I also purposely left out another character.
Who could be the star of it?
I didn't think it was appropriate to mention Mr Blobby's Blobbyland in Morecambe, as it really isn't fair to kick a town so much when it's already down on the floor. I'll leave this video with my best wishes to the football club, and by also asking you, if you haven't already done so, to please subscribe and like the video. I'll see you all next time. One trucker's eye.